EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Washington now brings this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and makes sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now a 2nd and 6. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd down and 6 now. They go play action now. Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Now Lawrence on first down. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. The Jaguars had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
2nd and 6. Lawrence. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to ETN. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Lawrence going to move him around a bit.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A man who played his college ball in Tallahassee. Here's Cam Akers.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. You look at this Jaguar defense.
They enter this one down in the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
Well, there wasn't anything wrong with them on that play, was there? Able to make a nice stop, held them to no gain. The key to their defense, though, is exactly what the defensive coordinator told you and I. They've got to be consistent.
Cousins.
Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And the big fella stumped that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Lawrence will throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Boy, somehow, someone lost that running back downfield. He had acres of space, but this ball overthrown. And that's one you've got to be able to hit on.
Oh, the return is Osborne.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Going right back to Akers. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
First down, Vikings.
A give running right is Akers. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now Cousins going to change it up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it.
He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coach is always talking about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Now Osborne to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Devon Hamilton. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away and falls incomplete.
The show put up by these two defenses in this first half. The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
He'll return it from the 6. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Play action. It's Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. And that is caught. It's Ridley. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On 1st down, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
To throw again is Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence looking for the end zone. And that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And that is going to sail wide right. It's no good. This will remain a scoreless game.
I thought maybe we might get some points before halftime. After all, the snap's good, the hold's good, but the kick doesn't find the target. And now it looks like this will wind up as a scoreless first half.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time like... Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
Time is now run out on this first half of action. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway.
Here comes K.J. Osborne out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight, scoreless as we start the 3rd quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free. They've got to find a way to make some plays, and I don't think you do it if you're really tight in everything that you're doing in the game.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
Now, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
3rd and long for Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Andre Cisco.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Fires to Ridley, complete on the comebacker. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Down at the 25.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let him run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
On second down, here's Lawrence. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings will take over here at their own 12-yard line. But Charles, in a tie game, you always wonder who's going to be making the big plays. Right now, it's not the offensive players. We're seeing these defenses step up and take control. Both of the last two drives have ended with interceptions.
They are certainly dictating this game, aren't they? Now it's going to come down to which offense can follow their defense's lead and step up in the clutch themselves.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Cousins from the gun on third. Flush to his right. He's got him in, complete. And all the way up to the 46. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Throwing is Cousins. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Akers, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Washington now brings this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And quickly they get to the line. Now Lawrence now going to move him around. From the 25 on second down, Lawrence. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Here's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We have played 3 quarters. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Slot man moves right. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Etienne. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Seriously? Not even a play?
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And it is caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. And they'll run with Etienne. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, his 1st rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Now for the point after. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Well, this one setting up for a great finish, all tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Osborne on the return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Vikings on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 63 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
They'll go again here with Akers.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely. When you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here comes 2nd down.
Lawrence will throw. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Jaguar football here as and they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now, Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And his kick is indeed good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the gain that you would expect
dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Now Cousins. He had a man open, but missed it. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Cousins to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down. And that ought to be the one that seals the victory. A big game there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man. Well, CD for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the